dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
However, this will not be an easy path. Soon my kin will do battle with humanity. The roar of my children has already been heard in all the land. You may now summon Midgard Summer by selecting the corresponding entry within your minion guide under character in the main menu. Minion. Where is he? There he is. Oops. Let's have a look. Which hotbar has something of non-importance? Probably that one. But that one is where all the minions are. What we can get rid of. Actually, screw it. We'll get rid of one of them things because I used. Ah, nuts. Oh, that's what we can get rid of. There we go. Let's have a quick look at them. The fun thing about this minion is he does whatever the hell he wants. It's like... Yeah, point to him. Nash. Slash bacon. It's not, it's bacon. And he just doesn't care. Well, you do your thing. I was beginning to fear the worst. Were those explosions I saw? Also, it's nighttime again. Ah, but you shouldn't waste time talking with me. Alphanord left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. Ah, screw it. Let's cheat and teleport. Let's desummon you because I've got a feeling that Dravanian lady's going to be there. No. Home. Home, Jeeves! There is a tiny bit more, like, translation stuff to go through. But it's literally just a tiny little bit. I don't want to return from fighting with the Midgard Soma with a little dragon when the person's there and hates heretics. Come on, appear. Is it? Yeah, it's done the thing where not everyone's spawned in yet. Oh, is everyone out there? Oh, and everyone appeared. That was weird. See? It's right there. Imagine how that would have looked. Have you spoken with Commander Leveilleur yet? He has been pacing again. 12, save me! Is it coming? What should we do? Oh, he's not? That Lady Knight from Ishgard cuts quite a gallant figure, doesn't she? Why? Why you stole her? All the way over there. Though it may seem tedious when compared with the smiting of terrible foes, poring over crumbling scrolls is one of the Scion's most important duties. Without the illumination of knowledge, we but vainly flail at spectres in the dark. I want to say in the night, that sounds cooler. We were able to locate these elusive manuscripts in the archives of the Thaumaturgist Guild. I had not spoken much with the new guild masters, new ones, but thankfully they were quite willing to accommodate us in our search. I didn't know that the guild had new guild masters, unless the 4 of them were new, or was it 5? Considering the sudden arrival of foreign envoys and the like, preparing suitable meals at the Rising Stones can be quite an interesting challenge. I like you. You're a really interesting character. I travelled to Uldar to meet with Tancred's friend, the one who promised us that rare, and you began cursing me with words I have only ever heard from the mouth of pirates. I still have no idea what you were so angry about. In hindsight, mayhaps sending a lady in my stead was not the wisest of decisions. I pray ignorant are my ramblings. I must confess, the relationship between those crystal formations and the destruction of the Ascians quite escapes me. Professor Lambertine has published a thorough study of corrupt crystals and their properties. Oh yeah, I remember, I've worked with him. I highly recommend you procure yourself a copy of his work. Hey, if it was a possibility, I would. I'd quite enjoy reading that. I'm pushing ahead with my research as quick as I dare. The next time you face an Ascian, I would have you fight with the proper weapon in hand. What, and not be stunted like I have been? Well, I didn't say anything. So essentially what he's done is remove my shield. Truth interpreted is truth transformed. Today's heroes may yet become tomorrow's gods, or something else. What is a god and what is a demon? What makes the difference between... Welcome home, Alex. Alphino was worried sick about you. Why don't you go and set his mind at ease? Praise the 12th, you're hale and whole. I came as soon as Minfilia informed me of Sir Emmeric's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it. Then I would hear your report. Oh, it's quite the report, I can assure you that. You conversed with Midgard Soma? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. I'm just gotta make sure of something, because it's to do with Minfilia. Okay, I know where it is then. I know it's not yet, basically, from what it says on here. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish, and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Not quite. Less a resurrection, more a rejuvenation, for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. And what was the translation for that? I know that there was one, blah blah song, blah blah, we are mortal. Okay, I can't find it. Fight through. Nope, can't find it. Ah well, you can go back and remember. They've heard the call. They want to go to war. Clearly, an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Emeric immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Soma in its entirety. I even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection, and for the sake of our tenuous relationship with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Emmeric's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Is there something you're not telling us, Alex? Oh yeah, there's something. You seem different somehow. 'Tis almost as if you're missing something. Something important. Yeah, you would notice that. 'Twill offend. Mid God Soma strip you of the blessing of light? Are you alright? How do you feel? I'm fine, but... yeah, I feel very... vulnerable all of a sudden. I see. It is a relief to hear you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Soma made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Althik and Nemea, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgard Soma ever watch over the source, and from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself? Well, if he is watching over you, as he claimed, perhaps you will have an opportunity to ask. This is it. Let us keep the matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. And apparently the translation of that is... I will keep this matter to myself. We should avoid causing others unease. Hello. Art thou a pawn, O master of thy fate? And the translation of that is, Though there's no reason for that, my fang has merely removed the protection of light. No harm came to your body. Your own power is still well within you. What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? Will you carve your own path as a mere human? I will keep watch over you.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale.
Voice acting suddenly. Even though that last scene seemed very important.
I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other.
What? What two in Eorzea? Oh! Bahamut, yeah! Forgot about him.
The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Heil Hydra?
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Because this is not an assault. This is a war declaration. Indeed, it is the start of the war. sending... Well, sending followers is one thing, sending soldiers is another. The Ishgardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defences and entered the city proper. Yet, regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of this situation. Though it was not Midgard Soma who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance, and pray that our fears are unfounded. I think that's good, kind of. See, there's another line on here which I'm not sure if I somehow missed it, which was Minfilia saying, it was after that, but whatever. It might be, like, you'll see it in the next thing. But I'm going to take a 2-minute break here. But it's basically, would that we could discern the nature of the covenant between Hydaelyn and Midgard Soma. And the translation to that is, it's hard to imagine what kinds of connection there is between Midgard Soma and Hydaelyn. It reverses the names and changes the text ever so slightly. But anyways, I'm just going to take a quick minute break and just check over some things, because we currently have, let's see, 4.5 hours until the game is taken offline before Heavensward. And I just going by things, I imagine we still have a lot to do, because this is only like the 4th quest, I think. But anyways, yeah, see you in a second. Toodles.